Checking all the levels. All right, let's do this. Okay. All right, everyone. Welcome. This is the kickoff call for Doc versus the World. This is our very first hackathon, and this is brought to you by True Reply. And we have Jose back, and we're going to be talking about all things this competition. We're going to be talking about what we're going to be doing this weekend, the contestants, what we're going to be trying to accomplish, and then also for you, if you're thinking about competing, watching, whatever, and getting details about the power of voice experiences, the power of True Reply, let me know in the chat. We're going to be doing that all for the next about 45 minutes or so, and we're going to get it. So again, thank you so much for watching, and we're going to go from there. So before we jump in, Jose, how are we doing today?
Fantastic. Good morning. I'm excited to jam today and revved up.
Good times. All of our peeps on Periscope, Twitch, DLive, YouTube. It's great to see you all. I see that you're flooding into the chat right now. Remember, let us know in the chat, first of all, where you're watching from, and then also your questions about True Reply and about voice experiences and all those things. So what I'm going to get started with this, Jose, we're going to talk about the competition, what this is, if some people missed it, and then we're going to go through the power of what we're going to do this weekend. Is that okay?
Sounds perfect.
All right, let's do it. So if you missed it, we had a full breakdown video on Wednesday, and we had the hype video. Make sure that you check those out. But let's talk about this. This competition is called Doc versus the World. And what we're doing is we're putting our money where our mouth is, and we're making sure that you're getting everything that you need to get started for your idea or your business. This competition... No excuse. So all the times you're like, man, I wish I could pay for this, or I'm not sure when to start. Listen, I'll be streaming all weekend, all the 72 hours, talking and checking in with all of you as you're building. And True Reply has been an excellent sponsor. They're actually giving you the tools to make your dream come true and create an awesome voice experience. So with that keeping in mind, this is going to be a competition. It's 72 hours of how you can be building out your app. And the power of this is the winner is getting the agency tier of True Reply. The agency tier. If we're going to show on the screen in a moment, but if you're paying monthly, that's $1,500 per month to have access to this platform. The winner gets that tier. So if you're thinking about, well, I need funding, VC funding, I'm trying to do all this stuff. This essentially True Reply is your angel investor. They're getting you started to get to the next level with your business, with your idea, your agency, all of those things with this platform. So I'm just excited just with that. 2 years of that. So that's over 30K right there. And
let's touch on what's in there, right? Why?
Yep.
Why is that 30K? What do you get? And all that kind of stuff. I want to make sure that we share.
Okay, let's do it. So what we're going to do is, if you don't mind, I'm going to pull up my screen in 1 second, and I'm going to just go through the breakdown of all the things included. Is that all right?
That's fantastic. My only thought was when do we get to share what the challenge is actually going to be? But I'll let you MC that. Yes.
I want to do this, and then I'm gonna. Oh yeah. We got to get to that. 1 second. The screen share right there. Okay. Application window. Okay. Bringing this up. So you see, and remember, we're going to be dropping in the chat all about True Reply, all the things you're going to be doing, but it has a wealth of different things that it can be doing, what you're going to be able to do with this experience, with this platform. So it's just wait. Now, before we go down here, I just want to talk about this. And as you know, if you've watched this before, if you're new here, I do everything with Notion. I can't live without Notion. So right here, we're going to be talking about the breakdown of what you're going to be able to create during this competition and the rules, all of those things. Jose, am I missing anything? Is that good? Can I go from here?
No, I think that's perfect.
Let's do it. So when we're talking about Doc versus the World, what are you going to be building? Let's just make it really, really simple. We'll talk about details down below in a second. The competition
and just the caveat before you dive into that is just don't you folks looking at this and thinking about, oh, I want to compete, but I don't know blah. Don't overthink it. That's the theme for this challenge. Don't overthink it, because voice is so different than any other medium, but at the same time, it simplifies a lot of the otherwise, interactive concerns, like, where to put what kind of thing. It's all voice. It's all natural and organic. Sorry to interrupt you, Doc, but
no. That's perfect. And I'm putting that bold statement right before we go into here. The reason it's so important to do that, exactly what Jose was talking about, was you have just got to think about, what are you trying to create? Now, if you're watching this, probably you know something about no code, or you're interested in building businesses. Don't think about the exact technology. Think about the experience. Think about what you're trying to accomplish. So there's a phrase sometimes, think about the handle, not the tool. This is a perfect example. You're getting a platform that can allow you to have an experience. So for you as a no coder, as a maker, creator, what are you trying to create? During this competition, if you're trying to create something in the health and wellness space, in the life coaching, in the therapy realm, it doesn't matter. This is the time. This is what you're going to be able to accomplish. So if you have an idea, for example, if you have an idea to start talking to your students and you want to do check-ins, you're working remotely, you're making sure that they're doing well at home, and instead of just writing an email, you're thinking about doing check-ins with check-ins. You can be doing that with voice. If you're thinking about how you can have an experience where you're trying to gather information and you're trying to get feedback, instead of thinking about a form or things where they need to put it in, guess what? You can do that with a voice experience as well. So think about just, what are you trying to deliver? What are you trying to do with your audience? What value? What are you trying to do? That is what the challenge is going to be. Now, we'll talk about this, how we can stream down and really go one step at a time. And James is in the audience, who's actually going to be in this competition. We're going to be breaking down. He's in between work, but he has questions, so I have them for you. And Jose, so I'm going to run that by you in a little bit. But whatever you want to do. Jose, am I missing anything when it comes to thinking about how they should approach or what they can build? Anything that I missed?
No, I mean, I don't know if we're going to go through like some examples or stuff of the kind of stuff you can build. We don't want to give too much, give you too much of a, what's the word, cheat code or whatever. But it really, again, it's don't overthink it. Look at it from the perspective. I like to, here's what I'll do. I like to think of these kinds of things almost like a conversation, right? If I had the opportunity to talk to every one of my customers or every one of my fans at scale, like I had the opportunity to sit in front of them, what would that interaction be like? What would I want them to do or say? So like if I'm a chiropractor and I want to be able to talk to every one of my patients, right? Maybe I want my patients to just let me know how their adjustment was or how their massage went, right? That might be the conversation I have with them. Boom, there's your voice experience. So it's really, don't overthink it. It's a lot easier than it may feel. I totally get this. Kind of feels alien. It feels, very outside of left field with what most of your no coders are used to and the platforms are used to, mobile and browser and stuff like that. But it really is easier than you can imagine. Awesome.
Yeah. And I'm getting questions. Some people are asking, can you talk about experiences, how gyms have used this in the past? That's one question. They're saying, I'm a physical therapist. We are looking at what's going on with our outpatient practice. How could we use this to leverage our private practice when they're not coming into the clinic? Very specific. Okay. Jose,
that's good because those two are somewhat related, right? Those two are somewhat related. Even if you're running a gym, you're I don't know what your gym goers. I don't know what you call it. What do you call it? Someone who goes to the gym. Your customers, I guess. Yeah. Or if you're a physical therapist and your patients, right? Yep. What you're asking is, members. Thank you. How can I connect with these? And it's somewhat similar field. So the answer is somewhat similar in the sense of, think of, You've said it quite a couple of times already, Doc. You've got your check-in, right? We've had cases where, aged care facilities, for example, utilizing an Alexa device to do daily check-ins, right? And we created a framework where you can actually, let's use the aged care facility, for example, real quick, where you can do a check-in in an aged care facility, and then your family can actually follow up on that check-in all via the device because we've connected the experience together. So if you're a gym owner, you've got memberships, think about, all right, how do we get them to, we're in quarantine, so maybe they can't, whether it's because you've got kids homeschooling or because the gym has got to be closed for whatever reason. Ooh, almost tossed my glass. Maybe, you want to do some, you want to package some exercise experiences via voice, right? Hey, Alexa, give me Joe's Gym's day 3. And it's an exercise, a quick exercise routine or something like that. If you're a physical therapist, maybe you want to, you give your patients, I know I had to do physical therapy on my knee. I blew it out once when I was stepping up, I was hopping off the mat. I do Aikido, and I was hopping off the mat, pop, knee went. So I was in physical therapy for like 2 weeks, right? And one of the things I struggled with the most is you go to physical therapy, they take you through these exercises, and then they tell you, hey, you could do this at home and you could do that at home. It would be great if I came home and I asked my physical therapist via my device, hey, how do I do that exercise again? How do I do this exercise, or how do I do that exercise? I remember one of them was like having a little ball under my knee and I had to push down on it or something like that. That's a very, I'm going to stop there because, dude, I am on fire and I can go all day with this. So I'm going to pause there, but those are some examples answering those specific questions. I hope that helps.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. People are saying, thank you very much. Wonderful. Hey, Dominic, thanks for jumping in. Thank you so much for retweeting and watching. What is it? Let's see. It's 4:00 there in London. So thank you so much for watching. Yeah, this is really good examples. I'm going to give one last thing too, as we're going through this, before we go into the breakdown. This is something that has helped me. I'm not saying go get this program or something like this, but what I use this for is market plan. I break down how as I'm doing my storylines. Sometimes I'm thinking about, if my people are here, how are they going and doing the next thing? So if you're still thinking about, and you're like, listen, I need to think about a form. I need to think about where are they going to be? What's going to happen? All of these things, what kind of experience? You might need to map it out, or just take a piece of paper, write out, like exactly what Jose was saying. I'm here. This is what I need. These are the resources. How could I give the resources to my customers, to my users? That's it. Write it out. Write out a story. And if this is too much, sometimes when I see a paper like this, it's just too much anxiety because it's too blank. Get out a memo, get out something, just record yourself ranting, walk around, do something, but make sure you capture your idea. And then that helps you mold and get through what you're trying to do, and then put it into an experience like this. So now that, and I'm still getting questions, good stuff. I'll come back in 1 second. Let's go through this real quick. And we were talking about this briefly before we jumped on. And then we'll kind of talk about it. And Jose, if you don't mind, you were talking about 3 levels, or imagine this in 3 different ways with this competition. Could we go through the 3 different levels right here?
Oh, okay. So you're talking about my triangle analogy?
Yes.
Talking about the triangle. I was talking to Doc and say, I want to call it the triangle challenge. This is the triangle challenge. It's your Doc versus the world, and this is what you actually have to build. And so, I want you to have the opportunity to create not just a voice experience, but to connect that voice experience to something else, right? To trigger something else. So the way I was thinking about it is, all right, we've got a triangle, and this is at the end of this competition, this triangle must be filled, right? And that one of those pieces is True Reply, right? Providing you the voice platform to launch these experiences easily, quickly, and all that good stuff. The second point, or the point of that triangle, the second spot in that triangle, is Zapier. So you can use it directly from True Reply, connect it to Zapier. And for example, if we use the physical therapist example, the exercises, you could, if I ask for, hey, what's this exercise? We can now push that request for that exercise to like a Google Sheet. Now the physical therapist is able to track and know what, who's asking for what exercise. Maybe you create a how-to, maybe you create an ebook, maybe you spend a little more time with customers on a particular exercise or that kind of stuff. So we want to make sure that Zapier is part of that equation so that you have the full understanding of what you can do with this platform, right? How you can connect these things together. And again, and examples I gave to Doc, for example, maybe it's, they have the voice experience and they trigger, it doesn't have to dump to Google Sheet with Zapier. It could trigger an active campaign sequence, or it could dump into your HubSpot. Zapier's got something like 2,000 apps. You can connect to all of them through our platform, connect those things, right? So that's our second point. And then the third point, which is going to be filled by you, that's your voice experience. That's the thing you've built, whatever it is. For this challenge, for us to consider a contender have completed the challenge, we've got to fill in those 3 spots. So that's why I was calling it it's the triangle challenge. And the third spot is filled by you. It's that voice experience that you come up with, that thing that you create.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That's great. That's great. Really concise, makes sense. And I feel like that helps you one step at a time, stay on focus, stay what you need to do, and make it simple. I think this really helps you understand what's going on right here. Now, real quick, for the ones that are going to be competing, we'll talk to them directly, all of those things. Jose, the ones that want to get in and they want to try this out, do they have a special code or something to get started or something like that, or not yet?
Yes. No, this is for we're not going to open the floodgates up to when? When are we opening the competition?
So we're opening the competition on Saturday, which is tomorrow.
Saturday. All right. So tomorrow this will open up, where you'll be able to utilize the code and jump into the challenge, to apply for this challenge. But for this entire weekend, for the entire 72 hours, you can utilize Doc versus the world. So it's DOCVSTHEWORLD, no space, Doc versus the world. When you go to launch your voice experience, you've got a little, that reminds me, I'm hesitating because it reminds me of mentioning something. You've got a little box in there where you'll be able to enter the code. That won't be in there until tomorrow, but that's going to give any participants an amazing deal on that startup package of ours, which is usually $250 a month. Doc versus the world is going to get it for you for $49 a month. And yeah, so that's how we're setting this up. It's going to open up. Again, it's going to open up tomorrow, so you're not going to be able to enter that code until tomorrow. But one of the things I want to make sure everyone's aware of. So the way we do things at TrueReply is we do everything in a spectrum, right? So you go from the very easy to the very complex kind of voice experiences. Something easy is like collecting customer feedback, right? Something more complex may be like something that integrates and pulls information back from like your own computers and systems and stuff like that. But we're going to stay away from that for now. Our platform works in a similar way. So for all the people that want to compete, the way you'll do this is you're going to, let's say, all right, I want to do my physical therapy example, right? And I want to dump it to Google Sheets. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to set up the first part of that, which is welcome messaging, thank you, kind of like the questions you're going to ask and all that kind of stuff. We really went in depth on how to do this on Doc's last build with me. You're going to do that first, and then you're going to launch you're going to order your voice app, right? And that's when you'll enter your discount code and stuff, Doc versus the world. And then what you'll want to do then is instead of launching it right then and there and hitting the launch button, hit the launch later button, which will take you into kind of like your management dashboard for that voice experience. And that's where you're going to be able to do all the next level stuff, right? So if I want to connect it to Google Sheets, that's where you're going to be able to go in. You're going to go into your engagement plan, look at which specific questions or messaging you want to be pushing out to Zapier. You hit that checkbox. Again, we covered all of this during the Build With Me last. There's tons of content on our website, truereply.com/blog, that helps detail a lot of this. We've got a learning center you can dive into. So there's a lot of ways to figure out, and that's going to be part of your journey in this competition, right? But we're going to be there throughout the entire experience to support all the contenders. So there's no problems there. But that's what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to map out the initial part of the experience, order it, hit the launch later, and then dive into customizing, linking with Zapier and all that kind of stuff before you actually launch it. Now, I say that as one option, because the other option is always to order it and launch it straight away. You can still manage all that stuff in real time, even when it's launched. So you can kind of follow either route. I hope I didn't confuse people. If there's questions, shoot them. This is the place to do it. But yeah, Doc versus the world. It'll open up tomorrow. You'll see the ability to enter that. You'll get $49 a month. Amazing pricing for our startup package. And you'll get that for $49 a month with that code.
Awesome. Yeah. And if I saw it a couple in the chat, if you're looking to sign up again, that it opens up tomorrow. We're going to do this. Remember, some people were saying, well, you know what? I was working. What about today? Can I just plan? Listen, if it opens tomorrow, you still have all day today to review the videos. We already have all of the links on the YouTube channel, and I'll put it in the chat in a few moments, where you can watch the True Reply episode that what Jose said, he walked you all the way through what you need to do to get started. So that's number one. And again, you have the support of True Reply. You can message me. And throughout this, remember, and we'll talk about that one wrinkle in a second, I'll be around all weekend watching what people are doing, talking to you, but I will be entering on Sunday. Okay, so the wrinkle, the reason we're calling this Doc versus the World, if you missed this section, is because if I don't see different ones working very hard, you guys are just like, nah, I'm not really sure, I'm not motivated, I am going to be entering after 24 hours to try to win this from you. So if you're not executing on your idea, if you're talking about it, but you're not doing it, I am not above taking your idea and completing it for this competition and winning this thing. And so that
now just to make sure it's fair to everyone, I just want to clarify and confirm with Doc his and for what organically led to this reason, Doc hasn't gone in and done this yet himself. He hasn't experienced it. He's not like an expert in hiding, waiting to come out with his True Reply cape and say, boom, I'm blowing it out. He's going to have the same level of exposure as all of you did. So his only disadvantage really, is that he's going to get 2 days less than you. And the last thing I want to add there is the way Doc sold this on me instantly was, what was the analogy you used?
American
competition, American Gladiators. And as soon as he said that, he had me sold. So you guys are the contenders, and Doc is going to be that gladiator in the spandex chasing behind you, ready to take you down.
This is going to be fun. I mean, and the reason we're doing this is about moving you to get started with your project. How many times have you thought about, you know what, I want to do this kind of business, or I should have done it this. And it's just woulda, coulda, shoulda, what all of these things. The reason that these competitions, the reason this channel exists, this competition exists, it's giving you the power of making those small steps to start executing and getting to the places you want to be. There's no hiding or something that's mystical. When I'm entering the competition, you're going to see that I am going to be streaming learning how to do this. Like Jose, like you said, I have not used the platform. We were talking about it the other week. I sent in my audio, but I have not used the platform. You're going to see me fumble through this, try to do this, go through this. But the thing is, it's execution. It's execution over ideas. That's the point of this competition. So really use this time to think about where are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? And this is a huge opportunity. I just can't wait. I'm excited for this. This is why we're doing this.
So, Doc, quick question for you. So I know we threw back and forth a couple ideas of how people are going to apply and actually jump into the competition. Do you want to cover that? Because I know we talked about maybe do it via video. Maybe it's a social kind of application process. I'm not sure where you landed, but do you want to
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on, well, basically you gotta commit in public. You've got to say it on social media that you're going to be in this competition, and tag to reply, use hashtag DocV the world, and you let us know what you're trying to create and let us know. Now, there's some that have been putting it out on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, great. If you're on TikTok, Dominic, if you're going to be in this, I already know you're already doing everything on TikTok. If you want to make a TikTok video about what you're trying to create and why you're entering, make a TikTok video, IG, whatever, stories, Snap, it doesn't matter. But it's really about you committing in public and talking about that you're going to take this leap. I don't want to just an email and say, I'm going to plan on doing. No, you should be telling the world
or some
that
form fill.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. No, this is the time to start saying that. So I see
So how long should the video be? If I want to apply, how long should my video be?
The video should be under 90 seconds. I mean, honestly, you should be talking about why you're excited. I don't want to just hear about I want the prize. No, what are you trying to create? Why are you entering? And what are you going to accomplish? So if you can do that in under 60 seconds, make it happen. If you want to be entertaining and talk about, a tour of what you're going to be doing, or whatever you want to be. If you're on the beach, if you're in your house, if you're in the snow, whatever you want to do, declare and talk about why you want to enter, what your goal is, and just declare the idea. Now, again, during this competition, you might discover that it might pivot or change, but as long as you have that idea to start with and then you're executing, it's all right to pivot. But make sure that you include why you want to enter this. What idea do you have? Because then, Jose, myself, if we're seeing this, we might ask you questions, help you out, what's going on. I know already, I think you're watching this, James. You might be watching this. But James, you were talking about some ideas we were talking about last night as you're getting started. So James made his declaration, what he's going to do. He said it on Twitter and talked about what he's trying to create. Whatever it is, tag us, put the hashtag, and just put it on social media. That's it.
Yeah. And when you're on social, make sure to tag at TrueReply, Insta, Facebook, Twitter. It's all the same. And a couple of tidbits I wanted to kind of share that we didn't touch base on. First, so as Doc expressed, I think in that, what did you call it, the sizzle video or something that you sent yesterday?
Yeah.
He touches on it on that, which is we're going to be sponsoring the top 5 applicants, which means we're going to be sponsoring you to compete. On top of that, as Doc's hitting here, it's about execution, right? And it really aligns with our ideology, which is making this stuff easy so that you can execute. So with all that stuff kind of aligning and our ideologies aligning, in the top 5 that are getting sponsored, if you execute, so if you complete your voice application, you complete that triangle, you complete that voice experience that you set out to create, that sponsorship is yours for life. You're going to be able to have that voice app live forever, or as long as we're around, right? Now that's the first part I wanted to make sure was clear for those 5 invitational folks. That's your, you know what I mean? I want to make sure everyone's got motivation at every tier. That's your motivation to complete, to execute. You execute, whatever you create is going to be yours. Now, TrueReply, as you may have gathered from our previous videos, it's real-time management. So it lets you update things like messaging, questions. If you're leveraging audio like Doc's Clarity Plan, it lets you update new audio and all that kind of stuff in real time. So you'll have this voice app, which you can always update but you got to execute, right? That's number 1. You got to execute there. And just to reiterate what Doc shared in that video yesterday, that winner is going to get our agency plan. So very quickly, I want to take a couple of minutes just to explain what that plan is, but you're going to get that for free for 2 years and everything that comes with it. So at our agency plan, you get 5 voice apps included as part of that agency plan, which you can utilize and leverage as however you wish. That's our agency plans, which means you also get full reseller support, right? So we're there to help you be successful with voice within your agency or as an entrepreneur, and leveraging those voice apps, whether it's for clients or whatever it is, we're going to be there to support you in that reseller role. In addition, you also get a big jump in the number of engagements that's included. You get 30% off, everything that Doc's got listed there. The highlights are The 5 apps, the 30% off any additional apps that you start adding into your account after you've outgrown those 5. You've got dedicated support with you, right? So in every one of our tiers, you're always going to have someone that's going to help you. At the startup, you've got your experienced specialist folks. These folks, they're there to just help you, figure out experience type of stuff, like what should, is this question all right? Or am I calling this voice app the right thing? Or those kinds of questions. Those aren't great examples, but those are the kind of questions I'm talking about. At the agency level, you're getting that, but you're also getting a dedicated solution specialist. So if you're having trouble with integrations, if you're having trouble integrating voice with your CRM, punt it over to your solution, to your solution specialist. They'll take care of that. Obviously we're experts in our platform, so we can take care of that for you post haste, as they say. And then I'm just trying to go through here, make sure I didn't forget any highlight. But yeah, so you're going to get all of that stuff at the agency level for 2 years, the winner of the competition. Did I miss anything, Doc?
No, I think that's great. Now Dominic's talking about, he doesn't know what he's going to do, but he needs to enter. So he's already talking. I said, listen, you need to start working on your TikTok video right now. This is good. This is good. In the chat, a lot of people are excited. They're saying, okay, now I got to think about it. So this is good. I think you answering these questions, talking about it, and I think this is a really good jumping off for people to think about what they're going to be doing today, think about what's going on, and then start executing. Remember, if you want to still enter, talk about it today. Tomorrow, again, the timer starts. I won't be entering 24 hours. Sunday morning, you'll see me jump on. That's when player 2 enters the race. I'll be going in, and again, I'll be building. But if you have questions, I'll be failing forward on Sunday too. So if you're looking for motivation or what's going on or how can I do this, brainstorm. Drop me a message on Twitter, email, whatever it is. But let's do this. Let's do this competition.
When's the cutoff? Sorry, Doc, not to interrupt you, but when's the cutoff point for folks that want to
enter,
participate? Yeah.
So we'll give them until 10 p.m. tonight. 10 p.m. on February 19th, 10 p.m. So this is because time zones. I know people we got in Australia right now watching. We've got London. We've got East Coast. We've got Brazil. We've got a lot of people all over the place. So 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. Let's just do it. So if you're wondering, we announced it today, but I know I know also ones that are in Texas, a lot of things going on. So, we'll extend it to tonight. You have a fresh start weekend. You'll go. And again, 72 hours. You'll go Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then we're closing at the end of day on Monday. And then we open it up for voting. You can start talking about your project. And then we have all that week until Friday to get everyone to be voting, talking about your project and all of those things. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. And do you want to touch on at all as we wrap things up with how are we going to pick this winner?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so
you touched on it a little bit with the voting, but you want to
so
it's out there.
Yeah, so let's talk about this. It's very similar to the NBA voting, but we're going to break it up in a couple different ways. The reason behind that is it is not purely a vote of getting your family and friends voting. You cannot win just on that. And the reason behind that is I know you try and talk to your grandma, trying to enter it like 18 times, your brother, your sister. Listen, whatever, if you have a big family, you can't just do that. It's going to be a portion of it, but also you're going to be getting voice experts. You're going to have Jose, and Jose is going to have a panel of different ones working internally or ones that he selects that are in the space and be able to rank and have that. So if we're looking at it, you're going to have 2 different scores. You're going to have ones from the public opinion, all those things, but then you're going to have the judges being able to weigh in and award who they think it is. And by that accumulation score, then we're going to have the winner. And by the way, because I'll be entering, most likely, I will not be one of the judges. I will not be saying, you know what, I think this project is great. I'm not in it, guys. So it's just keeping that in mind.
And just we're not going to share the specifics of the who, but just so you have a sense. Well, obviously, I will be one of them. We're going to have someone within the no code community be that no code face, that face of no code. And we're going to have someone that is more on the outside looking in. And what I mean by that is someone who understands voice, but is not voice tech person, more of a business person, like a consumer, or someone that might be the user of your experience. That's kind of how I'm thinking that we'll map out that panel, just so that we get a nice perspective on who that ultimate winner is.
I love it. And that helps you also too, to have a well-rounded view of who it could be used for. If you're going to market, if you're trying to make this, and the point of this competition is not to just build something, but we're trying to make you money. We want it to be viable for you to now scale, be able to have something for your business and go where you want. So having those perspectives, ones that have a marketing background or doing those things, ones that have all of these different experiences, it really helps you. And even if you're just in the top 5 or in the top tier that are getting ranked, you're still going to understand where you can benefit from this feedback and go forward. Oh, one last thing I forgot to say, Jose, and then we'll wrap it up. We're on time. The thing is, keep in mind, some people have asked, but who should be entering? Should it just be agencies? Should it just be, if I'm a builder, if I'm a no-coder? Think about it this way. This competition is a lot. This is a multi-prong attack. If you're a no-coder and you're trying to get an edge in voice or in a very specific niche, if you enter this competition, now your body of work speaks louder than a resume. You are now showing your expertise. You can show what you can create, your critical thinking, all of those things just by you entering it. So don't feel like, oh, I'm not a business owner. I don't know what to do. I don't have my LLC. You could be going from that angle. If you're an agency owner and you're thinking about other different services that you can be offering your clients, this is a great experience that you can now use as you're upselling or adding another thing to your packaging. And then also, if you're thinking about starting a startup, you're trying to be lean, you want a small team, you want to scale and not do a one-for-one, voice is excellent for this, because now you can have your methodology, your thinking set up as a voice experience and affect thousands, if not more people by what you're putting in place. So this competition is going to be great. It's going to be for so many different types of people.
And it's, I have a question for you, Doc, but before that, and everything Doc just said really aligns with just our culture at TrueReply, right? Our goal here is to make this voice technology enigma truly accessible to anyone. So in kind, absolutely anyone should be able to join in, jump in, and have some fun, and maybe take that top spot home. Quick question, just to make sure everyone's got all the information we need. So during the competition, Doc, you said you're going to be able, you're going to keep keeping an eye on things, making sure, something's happening, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to share on how you're going to be doing that? Like, are contenders going to have to do anything to enable that to happen? Is that something worth finishing up here with? Sure.
I mean, if anyone has any questions, I'm the most active on Twitter. You can email me, but on Twitter, _Doc Williams, or in YouTube. If you're watching this on a YouTube, if you're watching the replay or live, in the comment section, I will be helping you out. But after the 24 hours, on Sunday, I will be entering, and I will just be live streaming for several hours throughout Sunday. So it's going to be a long stream. In fact, I think I'm pretty much planning a stream probably 4 to 8 hours, something in that range. And I'm just going to be popping in, helping, and you're going to be seeing me build in real time. So you're going to be seeing me sign up. I'm going to be talking about all of these things, and this is the perfect time. If you're stuck on Saturday, that's the point of the show. It's called Build with Me. Build your project as you're watching on Sunday, because it's not just about winning. This is about you getting over those humps, you getting the solutions to get where you want to be. So I'll be around all those times starting on Sunday. Monday, I will be live. I will be doing that to help you finish out your project. So I'll be here all weekend.
Awesome. Fantastic. I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. So the people in the chat, some people I've been trying to harass, they're like, okay, I'm going to look at this. I'm going to enter. So remember, I'm going to be dropping, if you're watching on YouTube and you're thinking about what I just don't know, remember, in the comment section, hit me up. If you do not feel comfortable, I'm dropping my email right now. If you want to connect with me on Twitter, I'm dropping that link right now. So wherever you're watching, DLive, Periscope, all of these things, make sure that you hit me up, and you have until 10 p.m. tonight to enter, and then the competition begins tomorrow. How does that sound?
Yeah, and
Jose?
we're there to support. No, it sounds awesome. We're there to support you as well. So at True Reply and all your favorite platforms, feel free to have questions, have issues, drop them there. My email is easy. It's jose@truereply.com. Feel free to email me. That's why we're here. And definitely, I had one more thing, but I forget what it is. Oh, question. So when are we going to be picking those 5?
Oh, when are we going to be picking those 5?
Our invitational contenders.
So what we're going to do is afterwards, you're going to be getting, Jose and myself will be sending out invitations by tomorrow morning. So we'll say 9 a.m. We'll be reviewing so this is why we're saying as fast as you can, put the replies in now, because we're going to be analyzing what's happening. Pretty much, oh, look at this. I just heard about you recently, and honestly, I'm glad I did. G, thank you so much for being here. Enter if you want to. Someone actually asked, this is a good question. Can you use any no-code platform in any country? Can we use this in any country, or can it only be working in the US? That's a good question for our international audience. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is an excellent question. So let me think about that, right? Because if you launch it, let's say we've got someone out of Russia and they launch their voice experience in Russia, then we're not going to be able to experience that here to judge it. Mm-hmm. So that's good. You know what I mean? So that's going to be, so what I think we will do, okay, so here's the way I'm thinking about it. When we get these submissions from everyone, we're going to close that gate. We're going to know where everyone's from, right? Yeah. So we're going to make sure, because right now, when you're onboarding, when you're launching your first voice application, we've only got the most popular, the most common ones that our clients select. So first, great question, by the way, because this really covers a bit that we were ignoring. When we finish those entries, we'll make sure that your native country is available, right? For you to be able to launch into that. Now, when you're done with your voice experience, right? Launch it, hit the launch button, right? Because with True Reply, you're able to test everything you're doing before you actually launch, right? So you can test it on your device, you can manipulate it, edit it, get it just right. And when you're ready and it's done and you're ready to submit it for your challenge, hit that launch button, because that does 2 things. That'll do 2 things for us. 1, it'll show us you're done and you can be, we can judge it. And 2, it's going to, I'm going to make sure that what that does, it makes that voice experience also distributed to us here in the United States, so that Doc and I will have access to it. But that won't happen until you actually hit that launch button. So you can play with it, you can modify it, you can, perfect your voice experience. And then when you're ready to submit for the challenge, hit the launch button and we'll take care of everything else.
Okay. That's a really good question.
Yeah, that was an excellent question.
That's really good. That's really good. Also, too, could you talk about, I know, right at the end, we talk about what they want to know real quick, the platforms that their voice experience, they're going to be able to experience. So you mentioned a couple platforms that your clients mainly go on. Could you talk about when they launch their experience, where will that voice experience be able to be shared? What platforms? Yeah.
Okay, so we're bringing everyone in at that startup tier, right? Whether you're an invitational or you're using Doc versus the world. And that startup tier launches to Amazon Alexa. So the platform is going to be Amazon Alexa. And if you don't, and by the way, anyone watching, you don't need to have one of these devices to test it out and to participate, because you can use the Amazon Alexa app on your mobile, and that's iPhone or Android. Or most people don't know this, but you can actually even use the Amazon shopping app. Has like a little Alexa integration in it, and you can use that to access these voice experience, that just brings to mind a whole ton of retail use cases and opportunities tied with Amazon. But I'll let you guys think up those ideas for those of you that have apps.
Perfect.
Alexa's
timing.
keeping me honest here. Sorry, I forgot what I was answering because Alexa won't shut up. Sorry about that.
No, this is perfect. It's a perfect show to have that go off on. So, yeah. No, that works out great. No, I think that answers it. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, did I answer it? I lost my train of thought when that came up. Are we good?
Yeah. This is good. Alexis is specific. Okay. And remember,
sorry, Doc. The winner who gets that agency package, that opens up your voice experiences to Google automatically, right? So that's going to include Amazon and Google. So whomever the winner of this of the challenge is, just know, you're gonna be able to launch on other platforms as well.
Excellent. Real quick for the ones, remember in the comment section down below, if you want to enter, make sure you email me or you declare it in the YouTube comment section. Put your email down so I can contact you. If you do not want to put your email in there, no worries. Email me directly to get all the details. We sent out an email. We did all those things. And we're going to be adding, again, the sign up page. You'll be seeing it pinned comment in this section. And again, message me on social, message me in the comment section. If you're watching live and you want to enter, message me right now and we'll take care of this. This is awesome, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You're going to be seeing a lot of check-in right there. G's asking, do you have a Discord? Actually, I do have a Discord. That is very random. That's random, not for you, George. I don't really promote that Discord at all, but I'm going to be adding that right now. I know Jose is going to be in another meeting in 1 second, so let me add this in Discord right here, and we'll get him out on time. And this is good. Everyone, thank you so much for the support, for everyone watching, for everyone being here. I really do appreciate all this. This is going to be a great weekend. G, for watching this, and you just discovered us very recently, so thank you so much. I'm going to be getting, right when this goes, I'm going to be dropping in the Discord link that we have. So I'm going to put that in the description. Hold on. I actually have it right here. I thought it was, okay, right here. Right, let me get it. My Discord, invite people. Have this. Okay, copy.
Yeah, and I'll jump in that Discord as well to help answer any questions or anything like that. So
cool. Awesome.
You'll find me there as well.
This is, this is the very first time I very rarely do I even talk about Discord. So I should start doing this, but this is our maker building space. So check it out. You're going to be able to join all of those things. So again, thank you so much. Everyone, I will be back live later this weekend and on Monday. Thank you so much for watching the show. Email me, message me in the comment section below, and happy building, and we'll talk to you all very soon.
Take care. Have a wonderful, good luck in the challenge. Doc versus the world. Have a great weekend.